All right, welcome everyone. Welcome. Today we have a pop-up group meditation, getting some things situated, and we're gonna get rolling. All righty. I'm gonna ask for a mic check in the chat. So as soon as I have someone in the chat, I'm gonna ask that I get a thumbs up on my audio, make sure we can be heard clearly. Out here, beautiful sun. It's pretty intense, however, gonna push through. Oh, great. It's not too loud. Excellent. Thank you. Righty. Let's get rolling here. So, a couple days ago, I received this new recording of abundance and prosperity meditation that was pre-recorded by Tavares of the Sun. And after listening to it and having some conversations about it, I thought that it would be a great idea to make it a group thing, make it a family thing, and make it available for others who might be interested in taking 20 minutes out of their day to call forth abundance and prosperity and the other high frequency experiences that we want. So that we do it in a group setting so that we can take advantage of the collective energy and the collective focus towards calling for these frequencies of abundance and prosperity and oneness and truth and other high frequencies. So this is what that looks like. This is a pop-up live stream. I expect that we'll probably begin doing these more often, where we have some pop-ups throughout the week, which gives the group and the family the opportunity to kind of and um, get together and call forth these great experiences together and tap into each other's like-mindedness and each other's want and pursuits of the same things. So this is what I expect. I would encourage everyone to look forward to more of these, and anyone who has any specific areas of interest to either be discussed or to contribute into this in the direction of high frequency living, because the whole point of the high frequency living is that every aspect of our lives we want to elevate and make a high frequency experience. So everything, this relates to all topics. This relates to every aspect in life. This relates to our food, it relates to how we live, it relates to our relationships, it relates to our parenting slash being children ourselves, because we're all either a parent or a child. Um, it relates to every part of life. It relates to our hobbies. It relates to our fun that we have, every aspect of life. So this really is a high frequency living is an actual catch all. And I think that everyone, no matter what you're into, no matter what your areas of interest are, have something that contributes to high frequency living. So uh, I'd encourage you all to expect to see new faces and new contributors in the high frequency living space, simply because this relates to everyone, and everyone has Um, Everyone has something to contribute to living our lives in a high frequency manner. All right. Stacy said a pop up breath work call would be ideal. Ooh, so I'm gonna see if I can reserve 30 minutes of Tavares's time, maybe one day, or 20 minutes of his time, and we do a high frequency living breath work pop up. I think that would be really cool, and it might turn into being a real thing too. But Tavares is a busy man, so we got to check. We got to see if we can schedule that. We got Kay and Lakesh and Veritas. Hey, hey. We have Aria. We have Essential Tribe. Says nice to see you, Ahad. Nice to see you too. Tavares, yes. Oh, so I think he must be saying he's good with doing the breathwork thing since he's in the chat making himself known. We're just gonna take that as a yes on a pop-up breathwork one day, Tavares. No pressure. No pressure. No pressure. Alrighty, alrighty. So what I'm gonna do before we get into the breath work, I'm not the breath work. Look at you. Before we get into the abundance and prosperity meditation, just to give a few people the opportunity to get in, so that we can do it as many of us together as possible. I'm gonna share some of what I've been working on behalf of the Sun, and in respect to where we're going with these classes that we've been doing lately, and where we're going with what the direction is with the students, and how we foresee the best way for people to engage and interact with us and work with us at whatever level is of your time or interest allows. So I think it's a benefit to have a kind of a bigger picture of where things are going and where we're going with the different offerings that we have. So I think I'll start with the next big thing, the next flashpoint of where things culminate to, and that's going to be in October. So in October we have a quantum light property clearing class. At this point now, we are doing these pretty intensive classes about twice a year now. So I'd expect it on a maybe 6 month schedule or so. Maybe if as things grow, the demand will become greater. So we have to, maybe add a third class a year in or something like that. However, we like the idea of building enough of a group and enough of a focus over that 6 month period of time so that we have a real strong, powerful, impactful class with plenty of intense students that are ready to be submerged in this intensive class. So that class format is the most intensive class format that we are doing right now. We typically do monthly classes that have a few hours a month over the course of 3 weeks. However, these once or twice a year classes are a lot more intensive. We used to do them on location classes, where everybody flew into one place, whether it been Hawaii or Florida or Chicago, or we did it in New York. So these are a big deal for Of the Sun. It's a foundational piece to our direction that we're going in. And so essentially in October, we're going to have our final one of the year. And everybody who's participating in our monthly classes are actually taken care of or getting the pieces that they need as prerequisites to be prepared for that intensive quantum light property clearing class. So we have 4 specific prerequisite classes that we require, so to say, or that make you eligible to participate in the quantum light property clearing class. However, all of the classes that we do on a monthly basis, whether it be from calibration to DNA activation, to even the Akashic Records class, which we just finished. Um, all of these classes give us kind of certain skill sets and certain things that we need, language and familiarity and practice and skills that we need in order to take most advantage of the quantum light property clearing class when we get there. So that being said, we have DNA activation and one mind, which we're about to start in August, which are two of the prerequisite classes. We have sun calibration, which we just completed last Tuesday, which is a prerequisite class. And we have energy hygiene. So even if you haven't gotten all of your prerequisite classes, we have ways that they can be available to us or to you to make sure that you can get in and get what you need before the quantum light property clearing class in October. We even have a couple of the classes are going to be available via recording, so you can take it on your own time. The ones that do not require live healings. So DNA activation and one mind connection, which are happening here in August, are not only the class and the learning to keep yourself connected, but it's an actual healing too. So one of the days of the class is dedicated to you receiving the healing DNA activation and the connection, the one mind connection. So it's a whole little presentation. So either way, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna circle back to that after we finish the meditation. But I wanted to give a few people the opportunity to get on in so that we can do this meditation as a group, and then I'll continue with painting the picture of what's going on for everyone. So in just a moment, we're gonna, if everyone would, take a moment, get yourself steady, get yourself quiet, get yourself comfortable, whatever way is appropriate for you to do this abundance and prosperity meditation. It's gonna run about 7 minutes or so, maybe between 7 and 8 minutes. So that's what we can expect. Just 1 second, and we'll get rolling with it. And if I can get a couple volunteers, as soon as I say we're starting, give me a thumbs up that you all can hear the meditation that I'm gonna play. It's a pre-recorded. So just someone just hop in that chat as soon as I start it and just give me a thumbs up or something. All right, about to begin.
In Lakesh and Veritas, with honor, respect, and gratitude, everyone, welcome to Of the Sun's daily abundance and prosperity meditation. To achieve the highest level of effectiveness, we will begin by raising ourselves into the highest levels of elevation through brief energy hygiene practices, such as aligning with all that is, calling forth the highest possible vibration, the frequency of truth, and the divine feminine. May we all begin by joining and taking a deep cleansing inhale, breathing in life, and allowing the life to inform all levels of our physical being. And on the exhale, releasing all anti-life, allowing the body to relax, shoulders dropping, loosening muscles in the arms, legs, and feet. Embracing stillness. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth aid and support from all that is? We are one with all that is. It is flowing through us now. We feel the universal life energy of all that is. Shall we call forth the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth the highest possible vibration? Shall we call forth the frequency of truth? Shall we call to see the truth in all that we see? Shall we call to hear the truth in all that we hear? Shall we call to speak the truth in all that we say? Shall we call forth nothing less than the truth to come forward into our experience? Shall we call forth the power of the Divine Feminine to return back into our world, bringing forth balance through the way of honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall we call forth the power of the Divine Feminine to return back into our world, bringing forth balance through the way of honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall we call forth the power of the Divine Feminine to return back into our world, bringing forth balance through the way of honor, respect, and gratitude? Shall we call forward the allies of the OfTheSun Collective to create pathways for the manifestation of money? Shall we all seek, reach, and meet the frequencies of success and joy in all things? Shall we call forward the necessary powers associated with money as allies with the OfTheSun Collective? Shall we ask that our allies with power associated with money to push forward manifestation, release, and protection of money for everyone current and working with the OfTheSun Collective? Shall we, with our allies, eradicate and replace with positive and apply in Lakesh to any and all interference or roadblocks that target specifically the abundance and prosperity of any or all within the OfTheSun Collective? Shall we do this full force at the current level of power at the appropriate level deep, full force and squared, and apply in Lakesh and Veritas for a 24-hour recurring cycle? Shall we make this so? And so it is. Shall we call forward the allies of the OfTheSun Collective to create pathways for the manifestation of money? Shall we all seek, reach, and meet the frequencies of success and joy in all things? Shall we call forward the necessary powers associated with money as allies with the OfTheSun Collective? Shall we ask that our allies with power associated with money to push forward manifestation, release, and protection of money for everyone current and working with the OfTheSun Collective? Shall we, with our allies, eradicate and replace with positive and apply in Lakesh to any and all interference or roadblocks that target specifically the abundance and prosperity of any or all within the OfTheSun Collective? Shall we do this full force at the current level of power at the appropriate level deep, full force and squared, and apply in Lakesh and Veritas for a 24-hour recurring cycle? Shall we make this so? And so it is. Shall we call forward the allies of the OfTheSun Collective to create pathways for the manifestation of money? Shall we all seek, reach, and meet the frequencies of success and joy in all things? Shall we call forward the necessary powers associated with money as allies with the OfTheSun Collective? Shall we ask that our allies with power associated with money to push forward manifestation, release, and protection of money for everyone current and working with the OfTheSun Collective? Shall we, with our allies, eradicate and replace with positive and apply in Lakesh to any and all interference or roadblocks that target specifically the abundance and prosperity of any or all within the Of the Sun Collective. Shall we do this full force at the current level of power at the appropriate level deep, full force and squared, and apply in Lakash and Veritas for a 24-hour recurring cycle? Shall we make this so? And so it is. We thank you for joining our Abundance and Prosperity Meditation. You may join us daily to increase the field of your frequency bandwidth with the frequencies of abundance and prosperity at the times of 2:45 p.m. and 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard. May you maintain the frequencies of abundance and prosperity, stretching to see the evidence throughout your day. In Lakash and Veritas, with honor, respect, and gratitude.
Thank you, Tavares, for that. So I'll give everybody a moment to let that abundance seep in. Let me note that when he referenced 2:45 and 8:45 daily, we will be having. You can reference this video, but we will also post another video of just the um, meditation. And on your own, know that as a group all over of the Sun, the Of the Sun family will be doing at 2:45 and 8:45 Eastern Standard Time in our own places. We will all be doing this abundance and prosperity meditation. So if you ever have the opportunity, you can tap in, add your energy and your focus and your support by in and of your own selves, pulling it up real quick, taking the 7 minutes and doing that as well. So we kind of want to take advantage of the collective energy in that direction. So that's what he was speaking about and mentioning there when he said at 2:45 and 8:45 Eastern. That will be something that you can do in and of yourself, but know that you're doing it as a part of our group. But we will also do versions of that like this, like we're doing now, where we're literally all together um, at the same time doing it. So I would encourage everyone to take advantage of whatever you can take advantage of, and whatever works smoothly with your lifestyle and your life. But just know that there's other like-minded ones of us who are doing the same things in our own different places all over the world, in this country and elsewhere. So it's a it's a very, very fruitful and rewarding thing to pursue if you choose to. Can I get a comment or two in the chat on what your thoughts on the meditation was? And while you all do that, I'd like to share that the high frequency living kind of movement that we're working on and we're starting to build is going to be an extension of or a representation of all the different areas of things that we have going on in life. And we're going to do plenty of things that are very simple and realistic practices. Like, as you all might have seen if you follow High Frequency Living on Instagram, we have little videos of food that we do that is high frequency foods, foods that guide us and drive us in the direction of wellness. um, Obviously you all have seen and heard of some of the discussions we have when we talk about our relationships and our family and things like that. We talk about our histories, our childhoods, all types of things, everything that is real and relevant to life. We explore, and we're doing other things that are in our version of being in service. So this is an extension of that. And one of our primary supporters, in Lakesh Studio One, is also always doing things that are in service to the family and the group. So We have High Frequency Living and in Lakesh Studio One together has um, made available plenty of different things and resources. So High Frequency Living will be doing these kind of meditations. In Lakesh Studio One does a live book club, free as well, that you can visit inlakeshstudio1.com to go online and see what's available, see when the book club is, and sign up for it. And Lakesh Studio One does the free card pools as a sample, a little taste for what you would experience when you sign up for a full Call for the Truth card reading with Inlakesh Studio One, where you can get a 1 card, 3 card, or 9 card spread. And then you can, along with that spread, you qualify for a discount towards your quantum light property clearing, which we were discussing before. So just want to make sure you all know that there's plenty available in all different aspects and levels, whether it be from free, whether it be for very small commitments, $20, $25, whether it be for our light body movement, which is $45 for a whole month, and that's 4 classes a month. We have all different things available for everyone, and this is our versions of being in service. So we try to make sure that everyone has the ability and qualifies to participate with us at whatever level you're at and whatever you can make happen. Let's see here on the chat. Stacy says, was literally receiving abundance in the middle of the call. Actually, so funny too. Similar had that experience as well. Literally, texts were coming in that were regarding business as we're literally calling for abundance. It's coming up on the computer screen, so I couldn't ignore it, even though I got the phone on mute. I got the other phone on do not disturb. Yet it's still coming up on the computers. I was laughing in my mind, like, wow, look at that. The business is coming in literally as we're calling for abundance and prosperity. Mario said, I love it. You need that shirt. This shirt right here? Look at this. You see what that's by? I've been wearing this shirt out. This is years and years. However, everything is frequency and frequencies don't lie. That's real. I love this shirt. And we actually have, I'm gonna have to look into that and see what we have, if we have any of these type of shirts, or if we might do a new line of something. We'll see. Meditation was great. Flowing energy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Aria. Avocado pudding was yummy. Of course, of course, of course. All right, hey. All right, so I'm just gonna put a bow on the topic of the quantum light property clearing class that's in October, and what we're doing to lead up to it, and our goal. So, of the Sun has been for a long time um, working heavily in the one-on-one energy workspace. Um, Sometimes I call it energy counseling. That is tied with the the soul clearing work and the other energetic work, the some of the primary shamanic work that we used to specialize in. That had been our foundation for a long time. We have, due to the need of being able to service more and more of our people, that we need to be able to have a greater reach and a greater impact. One of the ways we can do that is by not only doing the work on someone's behalf, however, giving others the tools and the skill sets that we need to maintain your own energetic well-being. Now, of the Sun will still always be a support system and a go-to point to update your knowledge, to hone certain things, or to get guidance. However, our goal is that we each take responsibility for our own well-being, energetically, mentally, physically, etc. So with that being said, quantum light property clearing has been one of the main tools, because through being able to clear spaces and places, we have the opportunity to make sure that a large majority of the interferences that we're going to experience or have to navigate through in the day-to-day life can be put down before we get to it, or can be a path for success can be cleared for that. So our goal is to make sure that anybody who is interested and wants to and has value for this type of work, that they have it available to them, where they're not relying on anyone else outside of yourself, and that includes us. So yes, we are still happy to be to start a person's process in the one-on-one work and get the ball rolling for them to uh, clear away interferences that are going on in their lives. However, our goal is that you start working in the one-on-one space and then you transition into doing your own work, and we being the support system for that. So that's kind of the anchoring point behind the quantum light property clearing class, and why it is such a big deal for Of the Sun. It's been an anchoring class for years now. So everyone who might be interested, even if you thought you were interested in getting one-on-one energetic work or counseling, I would recommend that you sit with the idea and the vision of yourself having the skill sets and the tools that allows you to not only work on yourself and your family, but even if you decided to be, hey, I want to be in service. I want to work on clearing, my neighborhood. I want to work on learning how to clear schools that my children go to. So not only are they protected, but the environment around them is supports what they're doing and supports who I'm raising them to be. So if you can see yourself in any of those roles, let alone if you're building your own offerings and you want to add that to your offerings, quantum light property clearing is an essential part of that. And we've honed our skill set with teaching that class over years and years and years. This class has been being taught, I want to say, for about 10 years now. And a lot has, as in anything, a lot has changed, a lot has been updated, there's been a lot of evolving in that. So I definitely encourage everyone to explore getting the latest iteration of this class, which will be available in October. If you need to understand what steps you need to take, what prerequisites can you take, or do you need to take live, which ones can you take on your own, via recordings, whatever you need to do to find out your path or your steps to getting to that goal, reach out, contact at ofthesun.com. You can email us. You can call 203-308-6832. And I will be happy to make sure that you understand what your steps can be and will be to get into quantum light property clearing class in October. There's a large array of other things going on. We're doing monthly classes, 2 to 3 classes a month that are some prerequisites, some are one-off classes that are available to you. We're doing the light body class, which is the first 4 Sundays, which typically is every Sunday of the month, that you can get into, like I mentioned before, for $45 a month total. You can get into on a subscription basis. I want everybody to understand that. So when you sign up, it's a subscription. So it's a monthly service for a monthly subscription for $45. However, all that being said, as I shared before, our commitment to being in service in multiple different ways. So we put out plenty of free content. We put out plenty of resources. If you visit our website and you start scrolling through that website, you're going to see there's extreme amounts of content, extreme amounts of knowledge, well-being, things that are in the direction of our well-being, tools, services, all types of things that are available that you can just get from the website. There's plenty on this YouTube channel that you can access. These are all of us paying it forward and putting forward what we have as been available. And then we have certain iterations of things that you can, in exchange, work with us for. So like I shared, the high frequency living and the monthly classes, and potentially any one-on-one services that you might be interested in, and then into the big classes and other things like that. There's ways you can be in support through a scholarship fund. There's ways that you can pursue working with us as a partner, as an ally, as a sponsor. We have all different levels, and it starts with something simple and free like this, that's 20 to 30 minutes. So I appreciate everyone's time and attention to this abundance and prosperity meditation that we did. I'd encourage all those who want to tap in on your own to the 2:45 and 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, and you can just pull up the segment of this video until we have posted the abundance and prosperity video, which would be just the meditation. And then in addition to that, you can kind of stay up to date with all of the different things we're doing. We're going to be doing all types of new lives. We have a live high frequency living with me and Miss Laota, my mom, tomorrow night at 7 p.m. as well. So I look forward to seeing everyone there. And this was amazing. Thank you very much, everyone, for your attention. And Lakesh and Veritas, I will speak to you all tomorrow.